What's up, golf world? This is your boy Geoff from Perspective Golf, and let's dive right into this. I'm sure, as many of you guys know, that yesterday was actually the first weekend of 2018, and you know what that means? That it was the first weekend where you guys could go ahead and get out on the golf course in 2018. Now, I know that that was not too many people out there. Most of the country is suffering from this whole Arctic end of the world winter bomb blizzard nova thingy, whatever it is. But if you were part of the country that was able to go ahead and get out there on the golf course, I hope you hit one right down the middle for me, sunk a birdie putt. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't get to. I was kind of buried under like 7 inches of snow, but I did get a chance to watch the Century Tournament of Champions, and it got me inspired because I was just like, golf is not dead. It's alive and it's kicking, and I'm looking forward to 2018. So I decided, you know what? What better way to go ahead and kick off the year than to go ahead and make my top 5 things that I'm looking forward to in 2018. Number 5 actually has nothing to do with the PGA Tour, and I know it's kind of surprising. You're like, oh, this is a golf video, you're looking forward to things in 2018, why isn't the PGA Tour number on that list? Well, I'll tell you why. It is because of 2 things. The first is Topgolf. Now, I don't know if you know what Topgolf is. It's like a virtual driving range and get points for how close you get it to certain pins. It's kind of like bowling meets golf, but it's now got an official tour, and they had a tour championship past 2 years, but this past year, 2017, they actually televised it, and it was awesome. It was incredibly competitive. There wasn't, some dude in his cargo shorts whacking a borrowed 7-iron. These guys were actual tour professionals competing against, some average, not average, some amateur golfers, but it was intense. They have this really cool format where it's the 2-man teams and they compete in this like match play style to see who gets the most points, and it was so much fun to watch. It drove eyeballs to the game of golf that normally wouldn't watch it. And the second thing, non-traditional golf thing that went on this year was actually this dope event in Las Vegas this year. It was the inaugural championship for the the major series of putting, and basically they had this competition. They built out this awesome 18 mini golf. Well, not mini golf. Mini golf is its own thing. There actually is a professional mini golf tour, but that's a completely different video. But they had like this miniature golf putting course. There was no windmills or anything. Like, this was a professional, like real artificial, real competitive greens, and they had a whole bunch of great professional and amateur putters essentially compete for this really awesome prize. And there was a whole bunch of articles. I'll link those down below. Again, it was driving new eyeballs to the game of golf, but more importantly, it was allowing an avenue for players who aren't 6'4" and can bomb 330-yard drives to go ahead and compete against the best players or the best to do it in a particular sport. And Faxton was there, who's a phenomenal putter. He did not win, so there's hope for us weekend warriors, compete with some of the tour professionals out there. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to see it grow and it take on a life of its own. Number 4 is actually golf equipment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Geoff, they make golf equipment every year. Every year it's better, faster, stronger, put a new coat of paint on it. And you're probably right. Yes, for a lot of things, that's the way it is. But, one brand out there that actually decided to go in a different direction, pun intended, and I just think that that is just awesome. And it's tailor-made with their new drivers. Typically, it's all about distance. This is 27 yards further than the previous models, and not with this current version. I'm talking about the M3 and the M4. Instead of focusing on distance and improving distance, they're improving direction. They're improving a player's consistently. They have this new twist face thing. Basically, depending on your miss, it'll go ahead and bring the ball back to center because we're not robots and we can't hit the center of the club every time. And it's a kind of this new twist on the roll and bulge of the face of the driver, and people are talking highly about it. Dustin Johnson is killing it. Tiger Woods talked about it. They have all these ads about how all these players are loving it, and YouTube reviewers are loving it too, and I think it's cool that the golf industry might shift their focus, making golf clubs that aren't promising distance that you're not really going to get. And I think that's cool. And the other thing that I'm really interested in looking for in terms of equipment is actually the ball. I know a couple of years ago that the golf establishment got all up in arms because of anchored putts, and now those golfing purists have something else that they're starting to complain about. They're saying that it's traveling too far, that it's too hot. Drivers, there is a cap on how hot you can make the actual driver face. Drivers each year aren't getting any better because they've been at that cap for like the past 8 years or so. But I digress. There is no cap on the ball, and there's starting to become a movement where they think that there should be. In fact, Tiger Woods had actually said that he was surprised at how quick he was able to go ahead and come back from his back injury. They're getting that distance back, get those crazy ball speeds, because now that's all anybody ever cares about. It's not swing speed, it's ball speed. That the balls are just launching off these clubs. And he had this kind of crazy idea that maybe that they should make 2 classes of golf balls. The souped up juiced balls that they have currently for us regular hacks. For the professional tour guys, that they should have nerfed balls. And you know what? Maybe he's right. I mean, there's a whole bunch of golf courses now that the PGA Tour can't play on because guys are bombing drives past the trouble, making par 4s, par 3s. Like, you'll be able to bring those golf courses back. Awesome traditional golf courses if guys can't hit the ball the distances that they're currently hitting. And I'm interested to see how that conversation develops in 2018. Number 3 is my man Rickie Fowler. Rickie Fowler is a great golfer. He is one of my favorite golfers. Not my favorite golfer, but one of my favorite golfers. And he has been a media darling since he came out on tour with the long hair, the flat bails, orange, everything. And it was awesome for golf. He was one of those young guns that was supposed to take over the golf world by storm. And for the most part, they have, except for Rickie. And when I say except for Rickie, I mean majors, because that's all anybody really cares about now. It's what have you done in the majors, and the young guns have started to deliver. Spieth, 24, 3 majors. Justin Thomas, 24, got 1 major. Rory McIlroy, 28, 3 majors. Jason Day, he's not really that young anymore, but 30 years old, he's got a major. Even Danny Willett found a way to go ahead and get a major. Rickie Fowler won a whole bunch of events, no majors, and he's going to go play Sergio as that guy who everybody's like, yeah, he's awesome, he's great, but he didn't win a major, and I don't want that. He's too far good a golfer to not have won a major already, to not win one in the end of his career, and I think this could be the year. I'm interested in watching him perform in the majors. He's performed well. He's got a whole bunch of top 5s, top 10s. He doesn't play well enough on Sundays. He's always in contention going into Sunday, but he never shoots a low enough score to go ahead and win. He said it himself. He said it's something that he needs to improve on, and I'm eager to watch that development of that improvement. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Number 2. I told you in the little thumbnail that you'd be surprised. Yeah, number 2 is Tiger Woods. I know it's not number 1. He's number 2. But it's close, but he's number 2. And he's back. And I love it. He's back from his back. He's back from his back injury. And it is going to be awesome to watch. His first tournament back, I say tournament because an 18-man field with no cut really isn't a tournament. He shouldn't have got FedEx Cup points for it, but whatever, that's another video. He looked great in his first tournament back. I'm looking forward to seeing him try to recapture those glory days. I think he still can. I think he will still win a major. Maybe not this year. Oh, Torrey Pines is maybe recapture that 2008 Magic or anything like that. But also, I'm interested in seeing how the young guys respond to Tiger Woods being back. All the young guns, Rory, Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, they all are looking forward to him coming back. They've all been like, oh, Tiger Woods is looking good. I can't wait for him to come back. He's good for golf. 12 years ago, nobody on tour would have been like, oh man, I hope Tiger comes back. They were scared to death of Tiger. People were going ahead and deciding what tournaments that they played each year based off of whether Tiger Woods is playing or not so that they have a chance of winning. Like, people would go ahead and be like, hey, Who do you think is going to win this week? Is it Tiger Woods or the field? Tiger Woods or the 120-plus man field? And if you pick Tiger, you weren't dumb. Like, that's how dominant he's been. But now he's lost, like, fear. It's almost his respect. It's crazy. Google Tiger Woods right now. Guess what image comes up? I'll wait. Yeah. That's what comes up. The mugshot, droopy-eyed, looks like he's half asleep picture comes up. That's disrespectful, Google. I mean, you guys gotta change that. That's ridiculous. But do you know how long it's been since he's been dominant? Let's see. iPhone 3 wasn't even invented yet. George W. Bush was still president. I mean, Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth were like 12 when he won his last major. Everybody's counting him out. He's, an older statesman now, if that, and people aren't afraid of him. And I'm looking forward to see if that remains true when Rickie Fowler's got a one-stroke lead on the back nine of the Masters and Tiger Woods is chasing him down with his red shirt on. We'll see if they're still rooting for him to come back to game shape then. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. And the number one thing that I'm looking forward to in 2018, it is Dustin Johnson. I can't wait to see if he dominates like I think he will. Like this past week, the Centuries Tournament of Champions, if that is what is going to happen for the rest of the year, guys can just go ahead and pack up their sticks. Like, I don't even, like, the guy dominated a field full of guys who've dominated other guys. The way that everybody was talking about it, like guys who had just played, they were shook. They were scared. John Rahm was like, oh man, it's hard to compete against a guy who's hitting the ball that far, that consistent. Like, it's crazy. They're talking about him like he might be like Tiger Woods of old. I'm not saying that he is going to be Tiger Woods. There will never ever be another Tiger Woods. That's just silly. But every so often there's a guy who pops up and dominates for a year or two. Jordan Spieth had his little run. Jason Day had his little run before getting hurt. Rory McIlroy, I think, is a very fair comparison, actually. And here's why. Back in 2014, 2015, Rory McIlroy was everywhere. He stole Tiger Woods' golf from Tiger Woods. He put him on the video game cover. He was dominating all the majors. He won 2 in a year or 3 in a year, whatever it was. He won a whole bunch of majors, out-driving everybody. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, he's the best driver of the golf ball since. And it was just awesome. Like, he dominated. But if you actually take a look at the stats, his stats are very similar to the stats of Dustin Johnson's for 2017. And Dustin Johnson was supposed to dominate this year like Rory McIlroy did, except that he got hurt. And when he got healthy again, boom, at the end of the year, he started competing and he started going back to winning. I think that this might be Dustin Johnson's Rory McIlroy circa 2014-15 year. And if that is, it will be fun to watch, because who doesn't like watching dominance? That was what was great about Tiger Woods back in the day. It wasn't just because he was modern and he was fun. He was bringing a new demographic to the game of golf. He was dominant. He was MJ of golf, Roger Federer of golf, dominant, and it was awesome to watch. Dustin Johnson might have one of those years, and if it is, it'll be just so sick to go ahead and watch. But yeah, guys, that's my top 5. That's my perspective. I'm interested to go ahead and hear what you guys think. Go ahead and leave your comments down below. Go ahead and hit that like button if you liked it. Go ahead and let me know, what are you looking forward to in 2018 in terms of golf? Top golf, are you looking forward to Major Series of Putting, Rickie Fowler, or somebody else that I didn't go mention? I'll read the comments and and we'll come right back at it with some more videos. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Till next time.